Hi, I'm Neil of TeamTeacher, teaching, living and raising a family in China. In this video, we're looking at time PowerPoint lesson. Let's check it out. This time lesson is for the middle grades of primary elementary school, and it's covering all aspects of time. They will generally need to know the numbers before doing the time, obviously. So that needs to be pre-taught if it's not in a previous lesson. So first off, I'm going to talk about to and past. So I'll mention in the green is all past, 5, past 10, past 12. And in the red, it's all to. So to the number, to 12, to 11, 5 to 12. And then we're going to look at the different marker points. So o'clock, a quarter, half past, a quarter. And then we're just going to go through all of them combined. So we'll be drilling this. So 5 past, 10 past, a quarter past, so all the way through. So they've got a firm understanding of all the different points. Now we're going to practice those points now. So I give them multiple choice so they can choose between the 3, and I will say these out as well, so in case they're not that great with their reading, but
okay,
we'll practice all of these first. And then once we've done the multiple choice, we will then break up the class a little bit by doing a song, a telling the time song that uses all that vocabulary that we've just learnt, and it gets them moving around, gets them singing, breaks up the class. And back from that, we will then go into another questions game. And this one, they have to tell me what the time is without any multiple choice prompts. So it's a little bit more difficult, but it's good practice. And here I've been using a clock with hands for the time, but I also introduce the digital time as well. So here they have to tell me the time, but it's using the digital clock.
okay,
And then the answer reveals how the digital clock would look. This one's easier for them, I've generally found, but it's a good way to relate to the clocks and watches that they have, as they're generally more digital nowadays. At this point, I've got there's a game from this Games to Learn English website that you can use that's interactive, an interactive whiteboard that you can have them coming up to the front of the class and using. Or if you're not wanting to use that game, I actually have a memory match game. So this one, they have to match the clock with its time in words, in a sentence. So they say A1, A2, B3, etc. Now, the last part of the class, I sometimes do that interactive whiteboard game. Sometimes I do the memory game. Normally what I like to do is I like to have these child toy clocks that you can generally buy pretty cheaply, and they're just clocks, but you can move the hands around. And normally I'll put people into groups, and if you have like 6 of these clocks, you can shout out a time, and then it's the first person to kind of put the time in the correct manner, and then they get points for that. That's very interactive, and it helps that it's physical and they set the time on these clocks. That's my favorite way to approach learning time. But if you're short on time and resources, these other PowerPoint or interactive whiteboard games, you can use those as well. And if you've got extra time, feel free to go over AM, so in the morning, or PM in the afternoon, and noon and midnight. But these are just, throw-ons at the end. I don't often get to cover those. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel, and remember to check the link below to download that PowerPoint lesson. Bye bye.